Have you ever wondered why two companies can have same safety procedure, the same protective equipment and even the same safety training, yet one company experiences a very few accidents while the other continue to struggle with incidents? Imagine two construction companies working on an identical high-rise building. Both companies have helmets, both companies have safety harness, both companies conduct toolbox talks every morning. Yet after 1 year, one company proudly reports zero lost time injuries while the other experienced serious accidents. What made the difference? Was it luck? Not at all. The answer lies in something much deeper, something many organizations overlook before they even begin managing the workplace hazard. They fail to understand the environment in which they operate. That's exactly where ISO 45001 began. Welcome to our complete ISO 45001 training series. If you are completely new to the Occupational Health and Safety Management System, don't worry. This series has been designed especially for the beginners. We will learn each requirement through the real-life stories, practical examples from the different industries, and simple explanation instead of complicated technical language. Today, we begin with the foundation of entire occupational health and safety system. Clause 4.1, Understanding Organization and its Context. By the end of this episode, you will understand why ISO 45001 doesn't ask organization to jump straight into the hazard identification or a risk assessment. Instead, it first asks a very important question. What internal and external factors can influence your ability to provide a safe and healthy workplace? Let's begin our journey. Before constructing a building, what does an engineer do first? Do they immediately start pouring concrete? Of course not. They first study the land. They examine if the soil is strong enough, if the location is flood prone. Are there nearby building? What is the climate like? Are there underground utility line? Only after understanding the surrounding, they can design a safe structure. The same principle applies to organization. Before building the Occupational Health and Safety Management System, an organization must first understand the environment in which it operates. Think of your organization as a ship. If the captain ignored the weather, sea current, hidden rocks, and engine condition, what happened? Even the most beautiful ship may never safely reach its destination. Similarly, an occupational health and safety management system cannot perform effectively if the organization ignores the factors that influence the workplace safety. This is why the clause 4 is called context of organization. It forms the foundation upon which every other clause is built. If the foundation is weak, everything becomes difficult. If you have worked with ISO management system before, you might notice something interesting. ISO 41001 also begin with understanding organizational context. ISO 45001 also follow the same structure. Why? Because modern ISO standards use what is known as high-level structure. This means organization can integrate quality, environment, and occupational health and safety management system more easily. Although all three standards begin similarly, there is one important difference. ISO 9001 primarily focusing on customer satisfaction. ISO 14001 focuses on protecting environment. ISO 45001 goes one step further. Its primary concern is protecting people. Not just customers, not just product, not just profit, but every worker who enters the workplace, whether they are permanent employees, temporary employees, contractors, subcontractors, interns, or visitors. ISO 45001 places the human life and worker well-being at the center of management system. That makes this standard unique. Now let's read the actual requirement of the clause 4.1. It states, the organization shall determine external and internal issues that are relevant to its purpose and that affects its ability to achieve the intended outcome of occupational health and safety management system. At first glance, this sentence seems very straightforward, but every word carries the significant meaning. Let us understand it piece by piece. What it means by organization? It refers to any business, factory, hospital, school, construction company, oil and gas contractor, logistics provider, hotel, or government department, especially an entity implementing ISO 45001. Next comes the word purpose. Every organization exists for a reason. A hospital provides healthcare, a construction company builds infrastructure, an oil field service company supports the drilling operation, a logistic company transports goods. Understanding this purpose is essential because the nature of work directly influences the occupational health and safety risk. Then we have the phrase called relevant issues. Not every issue matters equally. The focus should be on those that can significantly affect the organization's ability to maintain a safe and healthy workplace. Finally, intended outcomes. What are these outcomes? They include preventing work-related injury and ill health, eliminating hazard where possible, reducing occupational health and safety risk, fulfilling a legal requirement, improving occupational health and safety performance, and ensuring workers return home safely every day. Now let's imagine a manufacturing company. Inside the company, everything seems perfect. Machines are maintained, employees are trained, safety inspections are conducted, but suddenly the government introduced a new law requiring the stricter exposure limit for hazardous chemicals. Even though nothing changed inside the factory, the external environment changed. The company must now adapt this external issue. External issues originate outside the organization, but significantly influence its occupational health and safety management system. Let us examine some of the categories. Legal and regulatory changes. Law consistently evolve. A country may introduce new regulation on the confined space entry, fire safety, working at height, chemical exposure, or occupational health surveillance. Organization must remain aware of these changes. Ignoring them can lead not only to the legal penalties but also to the serious workplace incident. Customer requirement. Imagine an oil and gas contractor bidding for a major offshore project. The client states that we will only award contract to the companies certified to ISO 45001. Suddenly, the customer expectation become an important external issue. In other industries, customer may require strict contractor safety management, drug and alcohol testing, permit to work system, or mandatory incident reporting. Meeting these expectations become essential for the business success. Economic factor. Now picture an economic recession. Budget become tighter. Management considers postponing the equipment maintenance or delay safety training to reduce cost. Although this may appear financially sensible, it can significantly increase the workplace risk. Economic conditions directly influence the safety decision. Political and social factors. Political instability, labor shortage, migration, strikes, or social unrest can all affect workforce availability and workplace safety. Organizations operating internationally must constantly monitor these conditions. Technological factors. Technology evolves rapidly. Automations, robotics, artificial intelligence, wearable safety devices, drones for inspection, and digital monitoring systems are transforming the workplace. Organizations that embrace a safety technology often reduce the worker exposure to hazard. Those that fail to adapt may fall behind. Geographical factors. Location matters. A construction company operating in Canada faces snow, ice, and freezing temperature. A company in Saudi Arabia or UAE must manage the Indian heat stress and dehydration. A coastal organization may face cyclones or flooding. A mining company deals with entirely different environmental challenge. The geographical context directly affects the occupational health and safety planning. Global events. Few people expected the COVID-19 pandemic. Suddenly, the organization worldwide has to implement the social distance, remote work, health screening, and infection prevention and inspection prevention measures. Similarly, wars, international conflict, supply chain disruptions, cybersecurity threats, and global fuel price fluctuation can influence the operational safety. External issues are constantly changing. The organization must regularly monitor them rather than treating the context analysis as one-time activity. Let's move inside the organization. Imagine two hospitals located in the same city. Both comply with the same health regulation, both treat similar patients. But one hospital has outstanding safety performance while the other experience frequent incidents. Why? The answer lies in the internal issues. Internal issues originate within the organization and influence the occupational health and safety performance. This includes leadership commitment. If the top management actively promote the safety, employees are more likely to follow the safe practice. Organizational structure. Clear responsibilities prevent confusion during the emergencies. Available resources. Without significant manpower, budget, equipment, or training, even a well-written procedure may fail. Competency of worker. Well-trained employees recognize hazard earlier and respond more effectively. Internal process. Poor maintenance system, unclear procedure, or ineffective permit to work system can create the unnecessary risk. Safety culture. A workplace where employees freely report hazard much safer than one where the workers remain silent out of fear. Communication. Timely and effective communication ensured hazards, lesson learned, safety expectations reach everyone. Contractor management. Many organizations rely on contractors. Their competence, safety practices directly affect overall health and safety performance. These internal factors are largely within the organizational control, making them critical areas for continual improvement. A simple yet effective tool for understanding the internal issues is a SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, threat. Let us consider a manufacturing company. Strength may include an experienced workforce, strong leadership commitment, modern machinery, excellent safety culture. Weakness could be poor preventive maintenance, high employee turnover, limited safety training, insufficient supervision. Opportunities may include introducing wearable safety technology, digital inspection system, government safety grants, employee wellness initiatives. Threats might include aging equipment, increased competition, shortage of skilled workers, supply chain disruptions. Remember, SWOT analysis isn't limited to the entire organization. It can perform at the different level, organizational level, department level, even for the individual process. For example, a warehouse team may identify forklift traffic as a threat, while maintenance department may identify aging machinery as its biggest concern. Each department contribute valuable insight into the organizational overall context. Let's bring everything together through one practical story. Imagine an oilfield service company operating in the Middle East. External issues can include extreme summer temperature, changing government safety regulation, customer requirement from the international oil companies, economic pressure due to the fluctuation of oil price, rapid technological advancement. Internal issues include lack of experienced technician, lack of strong leadership commitment, limited manpower during the peak project, aging of lifting equipment, inconsistent contractor competency. After identifying the issues, management can make decisions. They increase heat stress monitoring, schedule outdoor work during the cooler hours, upgrade the lifting equipment, improve contractor training, allocate additional safety resource. Notice something important. Hazards weren't managed by accident. They were managed because the organization first understood its context. That's the true purpose of Clause 4.1. Today, we learned that every organization operates within the unique environment. ISO 45001 recognizes that no two organizations are exactly alike. A hospital, an oil refinery, a construction company, a school, a logistic provider, and a manufacturing plant all face different challenges. That's why the first requirement of ISO 45001 isn't writing procedure, it isn't creating form, it isn't conducting the audit. It begins with understanding the organization and its context. When organizations understand their external and internal issues, they can make better decisions, identify risk earlier, allocate resources more effectively, and build a stronger occupational health and safety management system. Clause 4.1 lays the foundation for everything that follow ISO 45001. In our next episode, we will explore another essential requirement of the Clause 4, that is interested parties. We will learn who these interested parties are, why their needs and expectation matters, and why ISO 45001 places a special emphasis on the workers as one of the most important stakeholders in any occupational health and safety management system. If you found this series helpful and want to continue mastering ISO 45001 in a simple, practical, and engaging way, don't forget to like this video, share it with your colleagues, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and remember, every safe workplace begins with understanding its context. See you in the next episode.